Our group consists of Carlos de la Cruz Dávila, Paloma Fdez-Roca Baquero, Javier León Lubias, Alejandro Martínez Quesada, and Alberto Santos Conde, students of the University of Madrid, and we are going to talk about swine housing in Spain. Pig production is very important in Spain, as our country is the fourth producing country over the world, with a global production of 3,500,000 tons of pork per year. Catalonia and Castilla y León are the top producing areas of pork in Spain. Our country is also one of the leading exporters, as we export a third of our production both the EU and other countries. In 2012, the swine census in Spain consists of more than 10 million pigs for slaughter, almost 7 million piglets, very important in Spain production, and more than 2 million sows and 38,000 boars for breeding. The most widely extended breeds of pigs in Spain are Duroc, Iberian, large white, and Landrans. It is important to have good facilities to house animals where they do not suffer stress. They are comfortable and not at risk of damaged limbs. Animals should be clean, healthy, and well fed in order to maximize yields on the farm.
A pig farm can be a closed-cycle farm if the animals are fed, or open cycles if the animals are not fed, and is made up of a compilation of facilities in which the different areas or wings are found in order to house the animals with respect to their psychological state. These wings or areas, speaking of which, can be farms dedicated to one or various activities carried out exclusively in these or these areas. Can be classified according to their zootechnic orientation in the following: selection, reproduction, feeder or stocker calves, transition, also dairy beef, production and feeding. In case of the central wing, the breeding source of the pig productivity and housing production, the most important aspect when building the facilities is to take into consideration the environmental conditions that are directly related to the placement of the said facilities. Therefore, a study of the ground and the climatic conditions must be carried out of the area in order to adapt the interior conditions of the facilities for maximum comfort of the animals. This comfort is fundamentally based on aspects such as lighting and above all ventilation, which is the most important aspect for a pig farm. One must also take into consideration that the facilities should allow for adequate management so that the operators can carry out their work with the highest productivity possible. All of the interior must meet the pertinent legal standard in order to comply with the national and European normative for this type of facility, as well as ensuring that our exploitation has a sustainable rural development. Therefore, to summarize, the following must be taken into consideration: the placement of the facility, be an exhaustive environmental study, the needs of the livestock, the needs of the farmer, and last but not least, an economic study of the investment in question.
The main diet of swine basically consists of dry feed that is stored in silos. Silos can be of different materials, such as galvanized steel or concrete. Silos are located close to the main building in which the animals live. In the actual farms, the silos are loaded by the lower part using mechanical device, auger conveyors or worm extractor, that allow us an easy distribution of food to the animals. In many cases, it can be fully automated.
Feeders. There are two different forms. Individual format, dry feed or wet sows. Rationing also sometimes is possible to pour the maximum amount of feed which can be ingested by the animal, like the case of lacting sows. Collective hoppers. In this type, the feed is dry and available to taste.
Water through. Pork like wet zones, for that reason it tends to play with the water. It's advisable that water throughs are placed near the excretion zone. In that way, water will be cleared more quickly and beds will be dry. Pork needs 12 to 30 liters of water a day. Water should be administered at room temperature and free of microorganisms. Water is very important because it can help to eat more quantity of feed and increase the weight. There are different forms of administrating water. In general, the principal idea is that water isn't stagnant. The two more suitable systems are teeth or cup.
In the case of teeth, can be with ball or pivot. The pivot is more or less lasting than with ball, but the pressure of the water has to be correct for the correct working. Pork needs to learn drinking with teeth, but they learn very quickly.
By the other way, with a cat, we can find two types. One of them is continuous level, which has the problem of builds up sediments in the background if the pork has rest or feed in its mouth. For that reason, the continuous level is a regular pinless. This type is more indicated for piglets. Furthermore, in cold zones, this type of water through can help increase the ambient temperature. The other system is start up with lever or smart float. In this case, pork need to learn too, and the system should be checked for correct working.
Plumbing should be outside the structure. If you need to repair the system, it's easier. But it's important the pork cannot catch up with the plumbing. Depending on the climate, the plumbing is inside the building or outside.
Pig slurry can be handled by two different ways, manually or by means of a tank located under the floor of the swine house. Every pig farm must have a tank to store the slurry produced during 3 months. The construction procedure is very easy. First of all, a big hole is excavated in the soil. Following that step, waterproof material is placed. This is the most important stage in the construction. If we don't place that, the slurry would contaminate the soil with the problems that it entails. Waterproof materials can be a sheet of high-density polyethylene or sheet of rubber, among some others. Nowadays, slurry is a big environmental problem, as groundwater can be heavily polluted with high levels of nitrogen. In that graphics, we can see the difference between a pig in maternity or in fodder.